Pride. It's more than a parade. It's a reckoning. It's a returning. It's a remembering of who you've always been. Hi there. If we've never met, my name is Raquel Perez, and I am a licensed therapist in the state of Colorado. I work with couples and individuals who are navigating identity, healing trauma, and opening up emotional safety for insight. And today, I want to share a very personal story, my own coming out story, and how for many of us, pride is a little less about the celebration and more about healing what was once hidden. It took me a long time to come out. I remember once hearing someone describe their own experience like a gay person living like a straight one. That hit so deeply with me. It's been the way that I have described my experience ever since. You see, I was a young brown girl living in a very religious home. I didn't see any families that looked like mine or lived the life that looked like mine. I didn't see queer families, queer joy, or anyone who matched the life that I dreamed of. A family, children, stability, love. So I did what many of us do. I tried to fit in. I lived like a straight person, even when I felt like something inside of me just didn't fit. And that disconnect, it followed me. It confused me. I kept asking myself, why does it feel like I can't get relationships right? And after a few very painful breakups, I had given up on a romantic connection. I told myself that romantic relationships were probably just not for me. But the truth is, I really wasn't facing who I really was. Looking back, I can see the signs. I remember being about 13 years old and hanging out with one of my gay aunts and her friends. It felt like something very deep in me was being stirred, like something deeply rooted was being reflected back to me. But I buried it. I had already absorbed messages about what being gay meant and what it supposedly didn't mean. It didn't mean family. It didn't mean safety. And it didn't mean a life that I could see myself in. So I shut it down. And the crazy part is, I didn't even realize that I was doing it. It wasn't until I was about 35 years old that I started to come out. And even then, it was slow. I started with people that I felt safest with. My sister, my kids, who were all teenagers at the time. And I remember saying things like, well, if I ever date again, I know it's never going to be with a man. That's how layered the process was. I hadn't even claimed it out loud. Saying those words, I'm gay, felt like such a huge step. Then, a few years later, when I was about 39 years old, I had a gay cousin whom I'm very close with come in from out of town. He was visiting from LA, and he invited me to a gay club. I had been before, but this time was different. I remember having a phone conversation that night with my sister right before I went out, and she said, "Go out there and be whoever you want to be. Don't hold back." I remember how something opened up inside of me. That night, I showed up as my full self. It was the first time that I felt seen. I felt safe and I felt free. That night, I also met somebody very special, a woman my age, who has been my partner for the past 4 years. When we met, she saw me, she embraced me, and she allowed me the space to become who I always knew I was. But the healing didn't stop there. Coming out meant that I had to have very honest and painful conversations with my parents. It meant grieving the years that I had lived in silence. It meant finally saying out loud, this is who I am, and I'm not going to abandon myself anymore. And now my life matches what's been true inside of me all along. And that's what pride means to me. I've shared a little bit about my story and what pride means for me. What does it mean for you? Take a little time, drop it down in the comments below. I'd love to hear a little bit of your story, and maybe there's somebody here who would really benefit from hearing it too. As a therapist, I see this all the time. Coming out isn't just a one-time event. It's a process of healing, unlearning, grieving, and reclaiming. Pride is often painted as joyful, and it can be, but it can also be layered and complicated. It can stir up feelings and emotions of anger and sadness and grief. And trust me, that doesn't make us any less proud. It just makes us human. And therapy can be a space where you can say things that you never thought you could say out loud, where you can explore what was buried, what was lost, or what you feared for so long. That's why I create the space that I create, to gain tools for healing, reflection, and finally being seen. So if pride feels complicated for you this year, if it stirs up joy and sadness or grief, you're not alone. I want to invite you to reflect. What truth inside of you still feels unsafe to speak? What version of yourself have you been waiting to become? You don't have to figure it all out at once. Just start where you are. That's where insight lives. And that's where healing begins. Well, my friend, that's all I have for this video. And if it resonated with you, I invite you to hit the like button down below to help others find it, and also subscribe. I create videos weekly of meditations and tools to help you reflect and find the insight that you're looking for, especially when some of that information has been buried for a long time. And if you'd like to explore more, check out and download my free gift to you, which is a guide for creating your own safe space for insight. And lastly, I want to leave you with this meditation, which is a meditation to help you come home to the sexuality that's been living inside of you. Well, my friend, until next time, bye for now.